Look, NBA YoungBoy, Make America Slime Again tour, Masa. The Masa tour is sold out. Even if you want tickets, it's 75,000 people in queue, bruh. Look, despite, bruh, lil bro, not doing a live performance in 5 years, bro. 3 to 5 years. They are paying to see this man. And look, they gonna get their money's worth. Yeah, they gonna get their money's worth. EBKJ supposed to be there, but unfortunately, he's not gonna be able to make it. You know what I mean? Look, 2 tears in the bucket. YB didn't need him. You know what I mean? Shout out to him, because he was gonna get the opportunity. But look here, YB gonna make nearly $100 million off this tour. Maybe even more. Pro buying Lamborghini trucks. He even gave Lil Dump $1 million. For the niggas that don't know, that's the one that got shot in the face. Look, shout out to him because he gave his life to God and YB gave him $1 million. Look, shout out YB, bro, because he's really playing with that money and he's allowing everybody around him, even bought the bodyguard a $700,000 house. Drop it in the comments. Shout out NBA YoungBoy, bro. He deserves everything he's gonna get. I'm just being honest. I'm just being real. Y'all drop it in the comments, man. Scars from the playground. Chris Brown was released on bail. C Breezy. He say from the cage to the stage, to the motherfucking stage. Look, bro, he had to pay 5 million rupees. Yeah, 5 million pounds. But they let him out of there. 4 million guaranteed up front, or he wasn't gonna touch down. If he fuck up on bail, he's not gonna be refunded that money. On top of that, he's gonna have to go back and actually handle this thing like a grown man, because they making him give up his passport and all type of shit. So he's gonna miss some of these shows. You know what I mean? Real shit. He's gonna miss some of these shows, but he's gonna be able to put on most. Look, shout out C Breezy. I wasn't never sad for him. Why? He's Paru. You know what I mean? I say that and people just be like, what is he talking about? What is he talking? He expects a little jail time, bro. It does something for his street cred. I'm just being honest, fam. Y'all drop it in the comments, bro. I promise to tell the truth, the whole truth, so help me God. Look, 607 on throwing shots at Lil Baby. He say Lil Baby broke. He say Baby broke. He say even if Lil Baby was to show you $8 million, his distro gonna say negative 8 million. He's already in deficit. That is, he got to recoup the money them people spend on him. You know what I mean? All meaning, bro, for the people that want me to just break it down, put this in layman's terms. One of the niggas told me, water it down for me a little bit, OG. Want me to water it down for you, nigga. That little stunt money is just show money. Yeah, it's just show money. It's just that flex money. The same stack. And what a lot of people don't understand, the same stacks, man. Yeah, them ain't going nowhere. Real shit. Ask Lil Baby. He still got his old money from when he say he was hustling in a little shoebox. You know, drop it in the comments, bro. Yeah, I do believe all rappers are really fake. And they some hoe ass niggas. If we just being honest and we being real, bro. What kind of nigga spends his whole life, whole fucking life, flying around and tap dancing for folks, bro, and smiling when you don't want to smile, bro? You more like a Mr. Robot. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. Y'all drop it in the comments, man. Scars from the play. Look, Diddy disguised himself as a Muslim woman here during the freak off sessions. He wore him a costume. He was a Muslim woman. He wanted to feel it. They say you couldn't see nothing in him but his eyes. Look, y'all drop it in the comments, bro. This takes the cake. Really, it didn't. When they released the 13 participants, that took the cake, because there was some ugly, slimy looking motherfuckers, bro. Let's just, people gonna say, oh, look at you. No, look at you, motherfucker, then look at me. You, matter of fact, ask your girlfriend, your wife, whatever you might be able to acquire. Ask them how I look and watch how the desire shows. But anyway, yeah, bro. That shit took the cake. I can't even speak on Diddy right now, bro, because All this shit is just, I'm just trying to see, after they get him, are they going after old Jay-Z, bro? Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. All of them coming down. Even J Electronica. Diddy called me every hour on the dot. Like, when you gonna drop that shit, nigga? You're taking long. Bro, that hit me very weird. Why? Because Exhibit C was one of my favorite songs, man. One of my favorite songs. But just to know that Diddy was calling him every hour on the dot, nigga, what? You wasn't even famous yet. Yeah, you wasn't even famous. You was just on the rise, nigga. This before he made a CD with Jay-Z. Somebody said, you know he made a CD with Jay-Z? I know, bro. It was all regurgitated bars, man. Bars that I've heard years ago. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. Wasn't nothing new to it. Other than Jay-Z added himself to it. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. Drop it in the comments, man. Look, Playboi Carti throwing shots at Kanye West. Kanye West posted a song called Alive with NBA YoungBoy, yeah, trying to act like he had the clout. Look, Playboi Carti came out and said, that's my song, little bro. Yeah, that's my song, little bro. You know what I mean? Real shit, bro. NBA YoungBoy didn't make no song with Kanye West. He made a song with Playboi Carti. Kanye West, that's why you don't go recording with everybody, bro. They got their shit on their hard drives, bro. They gonna steal your shit and replay shit. This is what happened, bro. Playboi Carti, he be fine. That little thong wearing motherfucker gonna be fine that thing too, though. You know what I mean? He already done told Kanye he was at the hotel at one point. You know what I mean? With that thing on him. You know what I mean? Line, you stealing a nigga's music, bro. Get the fuck out of here. I thought Dave Blunt was writing your shit, fam. I thought you were good. You know what I mean? Dave Blunt's writing 3-4 songs a night. You know, I thought you was straight, bro. Now you know that shit just bullshit and getting banned everywhere, nigga. Fuck Kanye. Real shit. Drop it in the comments, nigga. Fuck Kanye. Cocksucking motherfucker. Real shit though. I'm being honest. Everybody know I laugh and shit at awkward moments, but I'm being real, bro. Fuck Kanye. Drop it in the comments, man. Scars from the playground said what the fuck I said. Look, Sauce Walka throwing shots at Go Yayo. Yeah, he won't Go Yayo to know he's in Dallas since you did what you did to old TSF Harmony or TSS, I don't even know, 7 gram, I don't know what his name was, but they beat the brakes off him. You know what I mean? Him and Beto and whoever else was involved, I don't know, bro. Allegedly, they beat him up. He took off. Well, Sauce Walka is in Dallas. He's in the DFW area recording a music video with his artist, Mike Deezy. I don't know Mike Deezy from a can of paint, but it's just he's showing that he can go any fucking way he want. And the nigga really ate him some chicken after he did the video, so you got to salute that. I don't know what Yak Yilza was. Maybe he's flying around doing interviews or whatnot. I don't know. But let's just be honest. Let's just be real. Sauce Walka is out there, and which most people would think is pretty stupid, because it's like, well, you want to catch another one? And people know what I'm talking about when I say catch one. You want to catch another one? You rich, bro. You supposed to be able to go have fun, enjoy the money, but you involved in so much bullshit, you can't even enjoy it properly. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. All that capping and all that other type of shit, it come with more shit than you even could even imagine. Nigga rather just be broke. Shit. Well, not broke. Let's not say broke. But more money, more problems. Life of a legend. Haters throw salt like rice at a wedding. Y'all drop it in the comments, man. Scars from the play. Lil Durk, dumbass, allegedly, well, if you heard it, he said what the fuck he said. He just wouldn't think people will really be fucking listening like this. Look, he did a DJ Akademiks interview in which I see nobody ain't saying slide for Vaughn no more. They can't say that. I don't see them type of comments. Lil Mo, look, bro, even if you talking, trying to be some type of cool swag like shit, bro, you're on a prison phone doing an interview that shouldn't have been done. Gloating when you shouldn't have been gloating, bro. Had you not been doing all that fuckery and stealing everybody's phone calls and doing all that other type of hoe ass shit, Durk could be out of jail right now. Yeah, but he's already tried to flee. On top of that, he's showing the people he won't do right. Point blank, period. When you do that, bro, and I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, the people laughing in his face. The fucking Bail reconsideration is denied before he even stepped foot in the fucking building. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. Y'all drop it in the comments. Scars from the playground. We do not have time to play today. I'm just being honest. I'm just being real. Drop it in the comments. I've been making that money. Yeah, today I've been making that money. That's why I'm doing all late broadcasts the whole week. You know what I mean? Because I'm making that money. You know, point blank, period. Money making. Scars from the playground. That's what you should know me by. Scars from the playground. Y'all drop it in the comments. Look, Dababy wins $4 million bowling alley lawsuit against Danny Lee, little brother. You know, he beat him up in the bowling alley, allegedly. Well, it ain't no allegedly. They jumped him. You know, I thought it was some whole ass shit because Dababy always talking about these hands, these hands, these hands. Well, Brandon didn't look like he was much, bro. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. Brandon didn't look like he was much. At least you could have did with gay that man and foul one. But look, he beat his $4 million lawsuit. How? They failed to serve him. Yeah, he got to serve them papers. The man was on the run and yeah, understand you ain't been seeing him much. He's been touring, going here, there. They couldn't catch up with him. If you can't serve him, how can you bring him to court, bro? He had to be subpoenaed, but look here. He said he was on tour. They say he did that shit on purpose. I'm obliged to believe it, bro. He was on a run like Cuba Gooding Jr., allegedly. Y'all drop it in the comments. He should have gave Brandon a fair one. Point blank, period. Should have gave him a fair one. Since the case done been dropped, y'all can go get y'all fair one now. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. Once you jump a nigga, it's up forever. I'm going to say that again. Once you jump a nigga, it's up forever. When you rat pack a nigga, it's up forever, bro. Until that man get him a fair one. And he might get a fair one and lose them all. But until he win one, y'all gonna be fighting forever. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. Y'all drop it in the comments, man. Scars from the play. Glorilla got a nose job. Hey, look, bro, people dragging her because she had finally admitted to getting a nose job. Look, bro, she done got so many surgeries. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real, bro. I like Glorilla. Oh, Glorilla can rap her motherfucking ass off. But let's just be honest. Let's just be real. Let's not act like she wasn't just no ugly motherfucking duckling all her motherfucking life. You know what I mean? Look, bro, when you finally get that money, on, you're gonna fix the things that you thought you always needed fixed. Now, some people gonna go overboard with it. Yeah. It happens. You know what I mean? Look what happened to Michael Jackson. You know what I mean? You couldn't even recognize that man afterwards. But Glorilla ain't the first one to get plastic surgery. She ain't gonna be the last one. Because you know what? It's new money being made every day. And people got shit that they think is wrong with him. Even though some may argue, I like yours before. What she did, nigga, that's all that matters. Drop it in the comments. I'm just being honest. I'm just being real, man. Scars from the playground. I promise to tell the truth, the whole truth, so help me God. So even when it comes to having some type of fake nose, as long as she don't get 3-4 nose jobs, she'll be all right. Yeah, she'll be all right. Drop it in the comments, man. Scars from the playground. Look, 50 Cent throwing shots at Fabulous. Look, when Fabulous did a little interview, little drinks champs with Diddy. Diddy say, why you ain't never come party with me, daddy? You ain't never come party with me, daddy. He say, it's mighty funny how Fabulous and Jadakiss sat at that table and act like everything was okay. Just because they looked up to Diddy because he had some money. He had some money on. Look, what a lot of people don't know, this the part of the story a lot of motherfuckers don't know. Fabulous didn't say on camera that he was gonna party with Diddy, but you better believe, after they left that motherfucker, a couple days after, they partied. Yeah. I'm gonna say that again. Couple days later, maybe even a week, they partied. You know what I mean? How dirty and naughty they got, I don't know. But like Trick said, niggas naughty by nature. You know what I mean? He already knew he was gonna party with Diddy before he left that motherfucker. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. To them New York niggas, the ones that did it and had a hand on, they can't say no to daddy. Yeah, I'm gonna say that again. They can't say no to daddy. Yeah, how would it make them look if they saying no to daddy? Let's just drop it in the comments, bro. I'm just being honest. I'm just being real. French Montana, Young Jock, MGK, Mace, Meek Mill, Squilly, the list goes fucking on me. I can't even name all of them right now. Bro, I can't even name all of them right now. Nigga ain't even added allegedly that Kanye to the list. Kanye been sucking off everything since he started with his little cousin Stevie. Man, I can't make this shit up. Wish I could. Scars from the playground. Yeah, drop it in the comments, man. Scars from the playground. Drop it in the comments, man. Point blank period. I promise to tell the truth, the whole truth. So help me God. Niggas know that. Why niggas fuck with me. I'm back. I ain't going nowhere. I'm never stopping because I am popping. I'm going to say that again. I am never stopping because I am popping. If this is your first time tuning in, don't go nowhere. I'm going to say that again. If this is your first time tuning in, don't go nowhere. Because I got a real rodeo plan for you today. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. That's all I do. You know, all I can do is keep it real. Point blank, period. All I can, whether it make you quiet or it make you smile. All I can do is motherfucking keep it real. And a lot of people like, oh, I don't understand him. I don't understand him. Well, maybe I'm not for you to understand. Bitch, drop it in the comments, man. Scores from the playground. Like, share, subscribe, nigga. Peace.
If they throw it, I'ma catch it to play the game like Tetris. I'm one of a kind rap, people tell me I'm a clip. I've been working 24 hours, summertime to winter. I ain't really at the chill, it gotta be about business.